Hi there, this is Ella Benham. Thank you so much for donating to our Collective Compassion fundraiser, raising money for the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. This is just a short practice, mainly focusing on like neck, shoulders, chest, creating some nice opening and space in these areas, just as a thank you for making your generous donation. And I hope you enjoy. All you'll need is yourself and your mat. And for the first few postures, I'm gonna sit kneeling. I quite like sitting kneeling for some of these postures because you get a kind of bit of opening in the legs and the ankles. But you can do these sitting cross-legged. You can use any blocks, cushions, supports that you'd like. So just allow yourself to be comfortable as we move through these opening postures. So we'll begin just sitting comfortably, sitting tall, and we're just going to raise our right arm parallel to the ground. And you can start to feel that the right arm is opening back behind you. So this kind of right angle, some people call it like a cactus arm. And we're starting to open the right arm back behind. So we feel already this sense of space in the arm, the shoulder, the chest. And we're going to take a turn to look over our left shoulder and just hold there for a couple of breaths. So we turn the head to the left and we keep opening the arm and the elbow back on the right hand side. And then we gently come back to center and we're going to switch. So the left arm raises, we start to feel that opening back, elbow moves back, arm moves back, feeling the space through the chest, the shoulder, the arm, and we turn to look over our right shoulder. Just pausing there for a moment, a few breaths. Returning to center, we'll switch sides. We'll do one more time on each side. So opening the right arm back, turning the head to the left. And then switching, left arm raises, opens back, and looking over the right shoulder. And then we come to center. So for the next movement, we want to kind of feel that the shoulders are rolling open and back behind us. So we're creating a bit of rotation in the arms and shoulders. And you can do this by either taking hold of opposite elbows at the back of your body. I'm just going to turn around so you can see. So either opposite elbows at the back of your body, or you can bring your fingertips to touch, or the palms of the hands. So here you either have the elbows, opposite elbows. If that feels out of reach, it could also be opposite forearms. You can bring the fingertips to touch, or even bring the palms to touch at the back. So just do this based on what feels comfortable for your shoulders. Sometimes giving the fingers or palms to touch adds a nice opening in the wrists and the hands. But taking hold of opposite elbows or forearms is completely fine. And the focus here is on getting this roll back in the shoulders. So as we arrive here, we feel the shoulders roll back, we feel the chest is open. Still a little bit of light engagement in the belly, so we're not arching the back too much, this support. And as we settle into this feeling, this posture, we're just going to let our head lean over to the right shoulder. So right ear to right shoulder, really resting the neck down. And take a few breaths here, maybe softening your eyes or softening your gaze. And as we breathe, also maybe notice that your chin tucks a little bit in toward your throat, just to support the neck, so there's not too much weight falling back from the head. And as you breathe, maybe just scan through the area of your shoulders. See if you can let them melt, soften even more, releasing any tensions, any tightnesses here. We're gently going to come back to the center and pause for a moment in the center. Maybe take a full inhale. And as you exhale, we'll let our left ear drop over to our left shoulder. And again, we'll just stay here for a few moments, a few breaths. Maybe check in, you still have this light feeling of engagement, maybe the front of the ribs slightly draw in. So our back is supported. Chin in a little bit toward the throat. And we really let the ear soften down to the shoulder. Checking every few breaths through the area of the shoulders, seeing if we can soften and release any tensions, any tightnesses in this area. Just taking one more full breath. And then gently come back to the center, really set the arms. You may want to give your shoulders a shake, your wrists a little bit of a roll. And from here, we're going to interlace the fingers. We're going to turn the palms away from us. You can keep the elbows soft or the arms long, see what feels comfortable. If you, like me, often straighten your arms, then sometimes it's good to keep a little bit of a bend in the elbows just to support them. We're going to reach the arms up overhead. And we want to feel that the arms are long. So we're lifting the palms of the hands up toward the ceiling, and at the same time we soften our shoulders down from our ears. So we're creating this length, this space in the arms. You might feel a sort of stretch in the fronts of the wrists, into the fingers, through the palms. We just take a few breaths here. And you can stay reaching up, or you have this option also to take a few side bends. So you might want to exhale to one side, inhale center, exhale to the other side, inhale center. And then as we come to the center, just take a final reach up and release out the arms. So again, feel free to adapt your sitting position as we move through these so you stay comfortable. We're going to arrive with our right hand on the ground just beside us. So we take a little bit of a lean to the right, but still allow both of your sit bones to stay heavy, either on the heels or on the ground, whatever support you have. And we want to bring our left arm across our body, just to the side of us. So it's a little bit over to the right side. But I want us to focus really on the arm lengthening forward out of the shoulder. We're going to inhale and we're going to reach that left arm up and back. So we start feeling this space in the front of the chest and into the rib cage. And as we exhale, we're going to reach the arm down and forward. So we feel that space in the ribs at the back of the body, maybe the side of the body and under the shoulder blade. Inhale, moving up and back. Exhale, down and forward. So we're going to stay with this movement for a few breaths. And we're really starting to focus now on the area of the rib cage. So this is the space for the breath. So it also supports the shoulders, the neck. So we'll do 2 more times. Inhaling up and back, really letting the arm move smoothly as though it's gliding. And final time. And then coming to the center. So we let the left hand come over to the left side. Take that lean a little bit to the left, but try and keep the weight even on the ground. Right arm reaches across and forward. So we have a long arm here. And then we begin inhaling up and back, opening into the front of the chest and ribs. And as we exhale, we're letting the arm reach down and forward. So really long arm, feeling this space in the ribs. Inhaling up and back, exhaling down and forwards. And again, we stay with this for a few breaths, keeping our awareness in the chest, in the ribs, feeling the breath. And trying to find that sense of smoothness, of gliding in the motion. We'll do 2 more. And then you can release. We're going to come to center. From here, we'll make our way to our tabletop position. And we're going to move into what's often known as threading the needle pose. So we just find a firm foundation in tabletop. And then we're going to inhale. We're going to open the right arm up. You can take a little bit of a reach back with it. We've created lots of space in the chest. And then as we exhale, we're going to thread the right arm through between the left hand and the left knee. So we allow this right shoulder to drop all the way to the ground. Weight is in the shoulder. Head is just resting there. And we're going to take a few breaths in this posture and threading the needle, so you can just stay there. And we feel the opening in the back of our right shoulder. And as your weight settles and you release into this posture, you can then take an option with the left arm. So you can keep the left hand on the ground, you can raise the left arm up into the air, or you can even let it wrap around your lower back. Which just adds this kind of opposing motion in the shoulders. So you get this feeling of the back of the right shoulder opening and the front of the left shoulder opening. Just stay for 2 more breaths. 1 more inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to gently make our way back to our tabletop position. From here, we use an inhale to reach the left arm up. Feel that opening back. And then as you exhale, the left arm threads through between the right hand, right knee. Left shoulder comes all the way to the ground. We begin to let our weight drop into the shoulder. Head can just rest gently on the ground. If you find this is a little bit hard to get your shoulder on the ground, you can always add a bit of height. You could bring a cushion under your shoulder, even a block, something to add a bit of support. And as you settle into the posture and you feel the back of the left shoulder open, you then have that choice. You can keep the right hand on the ground. You can raise the right arm into the air, or you can even let it wrap around your lower back. So just find what feels comfortable. If you're wrapping the arm, you'll feel the right shoulder opening back behind you. Left shoulder is open at the back of the shoulder. So just staying for 2 more breaths. Taking 1 more inhale. And then we release the right hand down. If it's raised, we make our way back to our tabletop pose. We're going to do a little bit more opening in the front of the chest. So we're going to walk our right arm a little forward, right hand forward, and we bring the right forearm to the ground. You can cross your left forearm over your mat and just rest your forehead onto your left forearm. And we're letting the heart, the chest drop down towards the mat. And it's up to you how far forward you walk the right hand, right arm. So we let the heart melt, forehead rests on the arm. Right arm reaches forward. Sometimes it can even feel quite nice to come up onto the fingertips. So you really draw the right arm forward along the mat, feeling this dropping in the chest, opening in the shoulders. We'll take another inhale here. And then beginning to walk our way back, we're going to switch sides. So the left arm steps forward, we cross our right forearm across the mat, forward onto the right forearm, and we start feeling our heart, our chest dropping down toward the ground. And as the chest drops, head rests on the arm, we can just decide how intense we want to make this for the chest and shoulder. We can come onto the fingertips of the left hand and feel a kind of drawing, a pulling forward, or we can just let the arm rest down. We'll just take 1 more inhale here, and then gently walk your way back. And we're going to finish with a few breaths in child's pose. So you can sit back onto your heels, either with the knees together or the knees wide. And you can rest your forehead onto the ground, onto a block, a cushion, whatever feels the most supportive for your body. Sometimes it's really nice to reach the arms out in front of you, creating a feeling of space, of length. Or you may want to rest your arms along the sides of your body. And as we rest in our child's pose, so you can stay in child's pose, we're going to just try and connect with the feeling of the breath. So as you inhale, send your breath deep into your belly. And then up and out into the rib cage, the top of the chest. And as you exhale, completely let the breath go. Inhaling fully down into the belly, out into the ribs, up into the top of the chest. And exhaling to completely let the breath go. You can stay with this a little bit longer and just wind down your practice. I'm going to leave you here. So you may want to stay in your child pose, breathing, or perhaps take a quick relaxation. And I hope you have enjoyed the practice. My gratitude. Again, thank you for your donation. I'm wishing you a lovely day.